Welcome to the lovely 5D Collective. Today, we get to bring it all together as the channeled guidances and messages are really clear for our new moon. And I say ours because the 5D Collective, unlike the 4D and 3D, well, sciences and spirituality come together. We stop blaming Lucifer for what is called unresolved trauma and a lot more. And here's where mindful living. It's all about mindset, and you can only be mindful if you are aware that you have emotions and they're not laundry. If you want laundry, then you have a Zen master who gives you an excuse to not put it into practice because, some people move into enlightenment different ways because the connection to source, you can have it through pain and loss, which I'm assuming the Zen master has, but also he's a masculine. And I mean, I am a feminine and I don't like to create groups, but I have my own feminine, my own masculine. I lead with the feminine. So I lead with feelings first. That's why people say that I'm stupid. And I say yes, and so that I can lead. Because I actively know I got a liar in front of me. It's a masculine, and I don't want to have to deal with anyone who wants to tell me they don't have emotions because I do like to be sensitive. And so I like to have fun with people. And that's why I'm an inner child adult. Okay, cool. So 5D, we have a lot of fun because we're curious. It's also because we have a prefrontal cortex. That no low self-esteem here. Nope, just emotions. It's not low emotional intelligence. It's high when you say, yep, I have emotions and I'm not afraid to share them. And I'm not ashamed that you might find it human, whatever it is. Okay, so good. 5D Collective, we welcome emotions. Okay, and that's the start of our lovely channeled guidance messages because 4D, they make, a shit show out of everything. It's all ego, death, dark night of soul, and you name it. Every ascension energy. You just hear them. And so, long story short, let me pause my feminine hat for a minute and let me read so that we can then continue conversing a little bit more. Or maybe I'll just read the channel guidance messages and then I'll create another episode. We'll find out. But yes, a feminine is not afraid of being emotional. Oh, and we're also not afraid of thinking. Oh, excuse me. I should use the word, it's not hard because my brain is integrated. You see, I got explained what integration of the brain is and differentiation of the self, and I know all of it because I am one of it. I'm a 3-year-old right here. I've just not been broken. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I actively find it humorous that there's a way for people to get out of torture chamber shit and they don't want to. They like to prance around with mantles and just use their very angry squirrel voice as they think they're Braveheart. Yeah. So when they're ready to forgive the way Jesus taught me, then they'll know how it feels to have inner and outer well-being, maybe. Because then they say, I want to do Maria. I want to do it. I did the EMDR child parts work and somatics, but I want to do mindfulness. But I'm going to talk about things like I know how to live life. You don't do emotions and you're living life. You're Pinocchio without having completely finished the journey, and we don't want you to hit rock bottom. That's not necessary. Is it masculine? Is it? Well, let me think. There are the 7 to 14 charming. That's right. They keep blaming Lucifer and calling people like me, the solo polyamory community. Oh, and the mystic 5D, Akashic record reader, tarot card reader, channeler, all of those of true faith, because I'm going to start using that word a little bit more because I do know what faith is. It's a feeling. It doesn't have any sound. No voice. No, it's an open heart. You know why I know my light body came to me and how many expansion? Because my first light body was my confirmation when I said yes to the Holy Spirit, to Jesus. They didn't tell me that they were going to get viciously mean as I got older. Then I got older and I'm like, you guys are creating stories. You're hiding books. You want to keep talking like you are not acting like you're God, but I'm pretty sure your grandiosity and your distortion is all over the place. And I am not a fool because I don't have the childhood trauma stuff. I'm not a shame button human being. You can get on that fancy. You're not on a pedestal for a person that's a whole 3-year-old heart. Doesn't anybody know what a confident 3-year-old heart looks like? He or she is. And there can be a he. And when they are a he, but they're an actual he, it's really nice because they have fun like we do. Soft thinking, soft feeling. It's called empowerment. All of you could try it. And hopefully you might one day. And maybe you're already there. And if you are, then you're having a good time. Because you know that we're good. Earth is round unless you want to be a part of the flat earther group. The moon does exist unless you want to be a part of the scientists who are going off with AI to disprove reality. And anyone who wants to be in pseudo live stories, we know where they are. 3D, 4D. Go have fun with 7 to 14 charming, and you can scooch on over to other people. So I am a 5D channeler, which is why I bring to you the human element. Okay, so the freedom is yours to come together here at IHP in harmony and find a resolution where differences are between two. So, two opposing people, polar opposites. It's not about fighting. No, no. There's this Italian saying, if you don't fight, it's not cool. No, we don't fight. Functional adults actively don't battle partners. It's called we are partners, which means passion. Two different things. Eustress, very different from distress. And I know it because I don't navigate sympathetic. When I'm around sympathetic, I'm like, you need to move away. You're reminding me of my panic attacks because I actively know what it feels like. So please move away from my sphere now. Okay, so between two polar opposites, you can come together if you're functional adults. You can bring different topics together because your brain works effectively because both sides are working. So the left organizes things and uses the voice. Right organizes your emotions, which are cool because you can contain them and you're not a 3-year-old who has a sissy fit or whatever fit, however you want to word it. Basically, we have emotions. It's called anger, fear, surprise, happiness, disgust, and which one? The sixth one. I know I'm forgetting one. I said happy, fear, anger, disgust, sadness. I forget sadness. Anyways, the six, you get to have all of them. And then, yes, we do know what's going outside in the world. Thank you, negative human beings who are consistently not supporting any of successful entrepreneurs with your mouths, except for you are, because we all contribute. So anytime I hear anything, it's contributing to my stream of consciousness, vice versa. And I'm not looking to resonate because I already have my own resonance, which is why the empowered people, we actively coexist without being like, oh no, we're competing. Somebody's going to beat us to the punch. I'm not competing. I didn't realize you didn't understand what it means to be a part of the same cloth and that we all come in a different vessel, but we're all part of the same ocean. I know what it means. I got a body. Anybody see it right here? Yeah, cool. I got a whole self. She's here, right here. I like being a feminine because my masculine is really smart. It's called my mind. And that's because I have a mom who raised me well. She didn't shame me when I got whiny. So I know all about being whiny and being like, yeah, I'm whiny. What? As a grown woman, I love saying it. And whenever somebody's been like, you're making a big deal out of nothing, oh, it's good that I'm far, far, far away from people when they say things like this. And I don't want to look at them with my laser eyes. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be cool for that inside. So it's good. See, we actually know the feminine, that we're kept protected so that we don't hurt anyone's feelings. And I will share the story of the person who taught me common decency and courtesy. As I consistently communicated for a whole 3 years, I don't want to have anything to do with you, and you actively on a drunk evening with nothing better to do except for bring your sorry ass out into a place and then bring your mood into so we have fun because people who don't actively take life seriously, that's what they do. They just say, no, no, this is life, it's miserable. Sure it is. Okay, while some people actively go through hardships, that's what we care about. The feminine actually will look, how do we bring to those who are actually going through hardship a big, big something? The ones who have emotions, they got a Zen master. So they keep that other end of the scale. It's called the human love group and the human suffering love group. So basically, somebody goes up to the Dalai Lama and says, how dare you, in the face of all this suffering, smile and laugh? And I'm thinking, you didn't get business culture education. Did you get a bachelor's or master's? Maybe you didn't get it in business admin. So that's how smart brains work. And anyone who wants to be an all or nothing is not a smart brain. They're actively a rigid, unforgiving brain. And two polar opposites of that, they're going to think fighting means actively the toxic type of fighting. So let's move forward with two or more belief systems and cultures. I'm bicultural and I'm a globe person. I really didn't understand why people feel their identity will be taken away. Now I know because I'm attachment trauma informed. So when you have a distorted sense of self based on a shame button, you're looking for this, and this is bad, and this is good, and I don't give you either because I'm a Jacob brain. It's called empowered woman, man, they, who says, I don't think like you do or feel like you do, but I do have the same emotions you do. I'm just not expressing them in an adaptive child or maladaptive child way. Pinocchio, why are you on the island? Cusco, why are you lying? You're going to get lost. You actively don't know what you're doing. I'm not going to warn you again. Okay, so that's how it feels when you are a know-it-all, but you're not a know-it-all because you're a know-it-all. Feminine here. I'm channeling. I'm being my feminine. It's a mystic. I'm not being Maria right now. Actively sharing with you all the knowledge of streams of consciousness, which is not hard to do. And it's really nice. It's called physical mastery and oneness with Akash. And it's called grace and God and a lot more. And it's called have a sense of humor, please. That's a voice, isn't it? Yeah. So, how you use your voice and mind, yeah, it makes a difference between if you welcome or refuse the call to grow and expand consciousness. I know plenty of people who like to talk about mindfulness and mindset, and they want shortcuts. And then they sound like Elsa on her journey. Show yourself. I'm dying to meet you. And they actively think they can be more special keys than other keys. And if Emma's like, okay, I got another one in town. Hey, I'm going to leave. Because that codependent shit, it's not empowering. It's actively, you need Patrick Tiahan to share with you how it works when martyrs, superiors, and blamers get together, not me. Okay, so here we do mindful life. And that's why no one's going to want to come here if they don't want to do emotions like the emotionally mature and depth person you can be. It's really nice to own your own emotional plane. Just saying Zen mastery could keep putting into practice mindfulness, but hey, you don't have to. So, mindfully leading your decision making process and behaviors with the body, heart, and mind expands because you're choosing to be self aware. That's because you have a whole self. Okay, so until you know forgiveness for the trauma from a home, from society, all of the suffering that goes on, until you're able to actively stay open heartedly in the face of all the human suffering and bring the love and laughter that the Dalai Lama talks about, you don't want to be necessarily here, or better said, you won't resonate because all of the emotional stuff that hasn't been processed, you're going to be like, no, it's not that easy. No one said it was easy. No one said it was hard. I just said you have thoughts and emotions. That's objectively what you have, and that the good trauma therapists help you to expand a window of tolerance if you don't want to do emotions with mindfulness, mindset practices because they are hard to do, which is why we have a Zen master who's apparently a Zen master who says you have laundry. I'm just going to say he doesn't know how to use his prefrontal cortex. He's still using his temporal junction. And if only he took Tara Brock's free video on YouTube to keep on learning how to harness his prefrontal cortex. As straightforward as it gets. Okay, cool. So, when you use your voice and mind, you can make a difference between if you welcome or refuse the call to grow and expand consciousness. To mindfully lead your decision making process and behaviors with a body, heart, mind that expands to embody more love and emotional maturity and mental intelligence, which is really fun. We're going to get into that one in a little bit. So, the stars are not written and your fate is not etched in stone. I do know people like that stone. Thoughts and emotions, you're a body, you're going to age, and you're not a piece of that rock. And those who are etched in stone, they're rigid. And in fact, they don't have inner or outer well being. I'm going to leave that one alone. Cool. That's how we get nudged to keep reading. So, again, the stars are not written, and your fate is not etched in stone. Your free will is that you have limitless possibility when life and relationships present themselves to you with their unknowns, unexpected, and unwanted, or their wanteds, expecteds, and knowns. So, in all cases, look, here's your free will. Doesn't anybody understand how to easily think and feel? We do here. But you better bet a lot of people like, no, it's not mindset. No, it's not. No, it's yes. But to get the mind to work for you, you got to get the body on board. So that means you want to go to get sensory motor and or somatics with child parts work and EMDR so that then you know how to feel with a window welcome to emotions. And then you're ready for the true spirituality life because it's a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self. You can't move beyond the solo self if you don't know the self. If you don't own the core self, narrative, relational, the solo self, if you don't know your child parts. You got a teenager leading the room, and the teenager's being an asshole to you and all the grown-ups around you who didn't give that 1-year-old the secure attachment it wanted, and nobody wants to buy into it. No, some do, and I say, I found it hard to believe. Stop talking about my 3 years of life. Implicit memory means nothing, nor unconscious. I just want to act fancy with my mantle. So some people... they like movies. I saw this one movie. It was dramatic again with these bullshit movies about people who do push-pull. And they all could use Terry Real and Patrick Tiahan so they can learn to love themselves first. So it's basically this song of these people. We're going to write our own stars or we can't write our own stars. And basically he is not able to be with her and da-da-da-da-da. Bullshit. Because see, you got 2 hands, 2 feet. You get up and you do what you want. You do it all the time. You just want to make love into drama queen, king. No, it's because actively your 1-year-old wants to securely attach. So the people who didn't get it, well, it's a long story short. They actively perpetuate, unfortunately, a very maladaptive and adaptive child pattern behavior, which leads them to be tortured. And that's why we have the human suffering love group. And then there's the emotionally mature, high intelligence. Over here, we have fun, always, no drama. And we know passion, no drama. We use our prefrontal cortex, no drama. Cool. Okay, so we write our stars. This is the fun part about Dharma, FYI. You're not doing karma. Karma is the 0, 1 to 8-year-old self. As long as somebody ignores the fact that the suffering is within here because they're not leading themselves to, again, EMDR, child parts work, and somatics. And then, remember, we have people that, I want to do more, Maria. I just want to sit. So if you do that, that's your choice. That's why we have the Zen Master. So you can cop out of doing more emotions because life is definitely full of emotions. But you can sit with that and not build resiliency. So, when people go to work out, yes, mindset and mindfulness and mindset. That's why it's a day-to-day practice. Spirituality, like Sadhguru says, not a career. It's a lifestyle. Yes, it is. So let's stop pretending. Some of us, we don't. And we can be, let's start being, right? Cool. So you choose to use your beginner's mind. It's really fun. It's called Curious, Open, Accepting, and Loving because I'm in the present now. Thank you, Dr. Daniel Siegel. And that's because I have an integration of the brain. So my bilateral sides are integrated. I don't say left, you're right, and right, you're wrong. No, neither is right or wrong. Hey, you're both here. Emotions, thoughts. You're not irrefutable facts. What do you got? Ego. Calm down. Self, calm down. What happened? What happened in this day? Oh, okay, my panic attacks, it's cool. We're used to that by now. Cool. How many days? Okay, so that's how you know yourself. See? Very straightforward. Cool. Okay, do you choose your beginner's mind or not? You get to choose that. That's your free will too. And that's when you're going to learn to soften feelings and you're going to soften thoughts as you mindfully walk your way through the decision-making process and what life and relationships have presented to you today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow. So we're not scared of this. You know how many people don't know how to choose TikTok, TikTok, TikTok? Yeah, feminine, we're out. 1, 2, 3, ciao. See you later, alligator. I've done my due diligence. I double checked everything, and usually it's going to be basically an energetic imprint. And what I'm talking about, again, remember, please, lovely viewers, I am channeling. This is my mode, my model, my way. So when we know that we have something that's going on, an exchange, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. That's it. I'm done. The energy has been cleared. I've done what I could. I've spoken. You've spoken. We've made it and we've recalibrated. No wasting time. So you are your body, heart, and mind in harmony. That's the beauty of being an empowered woman, man, or they. And as a feminine, you have clairs. And as a masculine, you can have clairs eventually. But I'm still, working to spot the ones that are impressive because the masculine tends to get immediately into a bit of this rigidity when they're presented with a human being who has confidence. No matter how you twist and turn it, even the ones who I've noticed are welcoming themselves, they have an issue with another who's confident because until you are completely confident in your own self, in the absence of looking to anyone, it's called self-love with integrity because I'm weak and strong. I don't think strong, I'm weak, but I have weaknesses and strengths. What's my strength? Depends. I feel first. So for some people, that's no strength at all. I would say I don't need to be strong because I have a herd and I actively don't live in the movies. I wake up in the morning, I think, I feel, and I say, wow, I have my loved ones. They're all alive. Let me get ready for the day and I don't have any panic attacks today. Yay! So there you go. That's as straightforward as it gets. And you're actively blissful all the time, not just sometimes, because you did get a gift called life. And I got it from God. And I remember being appreciative. I still am God. I just talk to you differently now. Because, okay, so when you have the whole self of you, this is when you are going to be living a life that is true to yourself from the heart. This is when you'll know the fun of using your mind and being wise. Yes, like this wise little pig. Lovely little pig right here. And let's not forget, freedom. Freedom. So you will know how to use your mind and be wise softly and the feeling of freedom to bring forth into life that which you dream of and to feel the essence of life that you are, expressed and manifested in form in this world. It's you being you. You exist through what you speak and how you speak. So your voice, it does matter. You will not be perfect in your eloquence, so don't worry. People are going to keep picking at your words. Do the best you can. Apologize when you get a person who's an eggshell. Allow yourself to remember that the ones who don't go to get good therapy, yeah, they're going to keep doing that projection. And if they're going to therapy but they're not ready to forgive the entirety of our human history for trauma, you can allow yourself to know that there's still fragments that they have not welcomed home. So again, you apologize, be polite. If you can't say something nice, say nothing. And if they think they taught you a lesson, you let them have solace, because that way you get out of there and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go hang out with the smart, emotionally, and mature people who know what love is and what life is. And the gift that we have is to be able to walk this planet to share heaven in the body for people who want to welcome their whole self back. Okay, so that's, at least for me, personal development, self-help. I don't do the social chit-chat. I go and vote and I pay attention to what I want to pay attention. And with my herd, I do the best I can to leave the planet a better place for the future. Future. And I'll be in the future. I'm actively going to be on Earth until its last day, just so you know, because I saw it. And obviously I can't prove it, but I know that it's true. So again, your voice matters. You exist through how you behave and what actions you take. Your thought patterns, imagination, and behavior matter. So remember how you speak to others. And if you are a functional adult, this is why we enjoy all of our conversations. We don't have fights. We have passionate interactions. It's when you have confident masculines. They are the only ones who can maintain a fun plane as you engage. And now that is passion and it's intellect. And that's beautiful. So when you have open-minded men, women, and days, that's the day you're going to know, aha, come on over, because that's where we're headed. And I'm already here, as you can tell. So you exist through the soul contracts and relationships you have and that you grow. By the way, for the polyamory community, please let people know with great ease that you're not masochist. Just say, healthy self-worth people, we don't have the masochist thing. We actively love more than one person in a more than friendship way. And really, the fact that you think you own love is cute. Just have fun with it, because, you know, we're not going to make it into the way of all, because not all actively have the luck that some of us do they? And some people, they actively have the luck to meet the one, and then they get to expand together. And there's a relationship soul age group. I forgot. I'm in the enlightenment one. So the relationship and societal, they keep learning about the self through those interactions. I don't. Okay, so you might be in one of the other groups, but it's not a special group. It's just, you'll know. Okay, so your soul contracts, by the way, ours never end. They're all ongoing. They could always pop up here and there. You exist through your soul family and the people who enrich you, and you enrich them. You exist through your authentic self. That is why mindful living and love. It means you feel and are seen, soothed, safe, and secure to be yourself, thanks to tapping into your infinite higher human conscious potential through the body, heart, mind harmony that is created with your daily mindful mindset practices. And with that being said, I think I will leave this one, and then we'll have another channel guidance, and then we'll have one more episode, because the new moon is tomorrow, but I already got some other channeled guidance for you all. And this one's about you grounding in the new compass. Okay, so this is what you want to look for if you want to hear it. And in the meantime, thank you for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back with more. Have a good one.